Welcome to your daily focus for December the 17th, 2020. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you've sent my way each and every day. My goodness, thank you so much. You rock. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. 17, making the impossible possible. We have been, every day, I think it's about growing the possibilities of our tomorrow. And this only adds to it by it being a 17 energy mixed into all this beautiful energy of being able to see for the first time with clarity, with understanding what you can do alone, that nobody else could have done any way remotely close to how you are going to do it. It's because of you that it makes the difference, that it'll be a success. 100 people can try it and fail, and you see it, and you know that you've got this. Because it's you doing it with your, with your sage wisdom, with your intuition, with your talents and your tools, and just the unique you. If we do the numerology of the day, it is a 15. The 15 is the Devil card. The 15 is recognizing what holds you back and moving through it. Removing obstacles, chains, whatever weighs you down, whatever does not allow you to move forward. Maybe it's a fear, maybe it's an anxiety. Maybe it's a lack of belief in yourself. And it's seeing things through, not rose-colored glasses, but a new set of eyes for sure. And getting an understanding, maybe getting to know ourselves a little bit better and how we react to certain things. So we can change our reaction. So it's one that moves us forward, that doesn't make us back up, shy away, hide under the rock. That we may come in contact with our strength, with our courage, and have an understanding of how to use that effectively going forward. Sun is in Sagittarius. Moon, I believe, by the time most of us wake up, will be in Aquarius. And Saturn moves into Aquarius today. So, the moon obviously goes right over Saturn. So we are really connected to Saturn going into Aquarius here. Now, you may remember last March to, I think it was June, Saturn had a short stay in Aquarius, kind of giving us a preview of what was to come. And that's when the protests were happening. That's when it was, I think for at least my newsreel, it was Black Lives Matter, but it could be anything. It could be some form of injustice that we are called to defend, that it goes against our morals, our values. And as it was proven in that small little period of time, how the collective coming together can make such a difference. We will be seeing that right up until, I think it's 2023, that Saturn will finally leave Aquarius. So we will see things like climate change. We'll see things like community. We'll see things like agriculture. We'll see things of, I think the last time that Saturn was in Aquarius, that was the beginning of everybody having a computer in their house for the first time. It was early 90s, I think. So that's when the first real wave came. I think Windows 3.1 hit the scenes and everybody felt capable of having a computer in their home plugged in. I remember our first computer. We got it, and we got a couple of games, and we put the first game in, and we installed it, and it said, well, you don't have enough memory or hard drive or whatever it was to play this game. And it was like, this is a brand new computer. Are you kidding me? So back we went to the shop and, held our protest about it. And they explained to us exactly what we needed to do in order to play the games. And it was perfectly, and it was like, oh, okay. Well, we didn't know there was that too that we needed to get. So, and computers were so expensive. I actually built a computer for myself because it was too expensive to go and buy. So I bought all the parts and put it together. And it was through just watching other people and, listening to what they had to say and having the books and the tools available. But yeah, I did that. Wrote some very small programs too. Very, very, plain. They never sell, but they were useful for me. So, isn't that funny that the moon crosses over Saturn, which really connects our heart, our inner souls, to the energy of Saturn moving into Aquarius. So we will be feeling this. So it may feel like a heavy day when we're feeling such a heavy energy. But I think now that Saturn is moving out of Capricorn, it's enlightened in some way. It's ready to form the new world order in some way. It's more expansive in its liberations of what we can do and what we can't do. And it's really us standing in our truth and our values. So this year was a lot about learning our truth, our values, coming to terms with what we really didn't like in our lives and what we really did like in our lives. And I know I was very repetitive because of the energy. I was very repetitive throughout this whole year of constantly steering you back to your values, your worth, what you see as beauty, what you see as happiness, what you see as joy, as what you see as success. Because Saturn's going to bring your voice out to complement those views, those values. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say for today. Look at this, the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands, this is the marriage card, proposal card. This is coming together with the collective. This is coming together with another partner, an associate, a neighbor, a best friend, a co-worker. This is coming together and saying, you know what? We're building something here. We're making something here. And it may be just an idea on paper right now. We may have done the first couple of little steps, but we need to celebrate it. We need to celebrate it that we are on our way, that we have started. In some small measure, we have started. And if you haven't started, then write something down on a piece of paper today and celebrate that. Absolutely. We do have the 17 energy gifting us to make the impossible possible. And we do have the 15 energy supporting us in seeing what has undone us in the past and how we are not going to, or we're going to prevent that from happening going forward, because we know it now. We've looked it in the eye. We've taken away the power of that thought, of that fear, of that anxiety, and turned it into the anticipation, the celebration it deserves. The Knight of Wands, once again, we are stopping. We are stopping on this path, and we are looking upwards, and we are saying, thank you for getting me here. Some of us could be looking a little bit backwards on what we've accomplished in order to get here. It's been no small feat. And this is about asking for how you want to go forward, what you want to step into. What joys do you want to experience? What happiness do you want to experience? What successes are you working towards? What goals? What dreams? And ask for support. Ask for protection. Ask for a straight path. Ask for a direct line with God, your angels, your spirit guides, to make every step count. The step is the right step the first time around. And then we have the Page of Swords. Oh, the Page of Swords. Okay, first of all, highly spiritual card. Okay? The veil is very thin when the Page of Swords appears. We can talk to God, our angels, or spirit guides. We can get messages to them and from them under this energy. Absolutely. And here we are, and we're thinking, the Page is think a lot here. Um, we could be observing something. We could be wanting to challenge something. We may be looking for clarity. We may be deciphering things, getting the clarity, getting the understanding, um, tapping into our confidence, our intellect, and we're a little forthright. So we have to kind of watch our step that we just don't do something spontaneous. We have to make sure that we are still taking it back and thinking things through before we act. And sometimes that is impossible when the Page of Swords appears. Sometimes we just want to see something happen, and so we just do something to make it happen, and it's usually the wrong move because we didn't think it through far enough ahead. So be careful of wanting to just do. And if you get that feeling, maybe you should just do, but give it a moment's thought before you do. Count to 10 at least before you do. Because you could get some kind of clarity, some kind of understanding to make that move more potent, more powerful. Okay, we'll get a mantra for today. And right now, as we said, in between the solar eclipse and the great conjunction, New Moon Affirmations. I have a couple of videos out there. New Moon Affirmations, I love you, or I love me. There's a morning meditation. And if you listen to them on a regular basis, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. But I would prefer you get a pen and paper out and write down some things that you want to start saying aloud about your journey forward, about your perception of your tomorrow and where you're going, where you're headed, who you are now, and seeing the beauty and reminding yourself of the beauty that you hold within. Gratitude. Be grateful for all you have. So it really goes with the Knight of Wands, doesn't it? To really understand and be grateful for things. You know, some people get things done for them all the time. And you sit there and you go, how? And it's because of the appreciation, the love that they lavish on those people. And it's from the heart, okay? You can't make it up, okay? People might be fooled once or twice, but not long term. So, you know, it's those people that just give from the heart. And you just want to bend over backwards for them to do something for them. So, being grateful from the heart center. And I almost get this as a collective that we need to share the gratitude of people in our lives. Getting them to smile, getting them to laugh, getting them to connect with your joy, with your happiness. A simple smile, passing somebody on the street could actually save a life because you saw them. And here they were thinking they were invisible, that they didn't matter, that nobody would miss them. And you looked them in the eyes and you smiled. It's been proven over and over again, the stories of, I almost did, but I didn't because. And it can be so simple. It's about raising people up. And when you raise other people up, you automatically raise yourself up. It's just a win-win situation. I remember when my mom, all of a sudden her sight had gone. I won't go into a long story, but the doctor pretty well just kind of threw her out of the office and said, you know, we're taking away your driver's license and get out of here. You can't see. And so I phoned a specialist and I said, so what do we do? Like, what do we do? Like, is there just no hope? We're just going to sit here and go blind? Or is there something we can do? Is there a name to this? Is there vitamins we can take? Like, what do we do? Because we were just told to leave. And that doctor, I think, kind of lost his job over that, which I think if a doctor treats you like that, they should, because they shouldn't be in the helping profession if they're condemning instead of helping. But so obviously we weren't the only ones that complained, and actually I didn't even complain. The specialist was so, he was mortified by how the other doctor had treated him. A co-worker, so to speak, a co-doctor. So he wrote, actually, the University of Physicians or whatever it was. Anyways, long story short, so I knew that taking my mom into these different offices for all these tests and everything, I knew I really had to get people to like us in order for us to get the best, right? And so there was this one nurse, and oh my gosh, she was just so matter of fact and by the book, and no small talk, and not a smile. We're not going to smile. We're not going to blink. We're not going to look you in the eye. And I'm looking at this woman, and I'm thinking, and I'm trying. I talked about the weather. That didn't do anything. I told a cute story about mom. That didn't do anything. I'm like, oh goodness, this woman is like an icicle here. And then I noticed her socks, and her socks were pretty funky. And I thought, wow, that's pretty funky socks for somebody who is so straight-laced and serious. And so I told her, I said, I just love your socks. Well, she went into this big thing about how her whole family thought she was nuts about her socks, and she had a sock drawer, and she had socks for every occasion, and socks with toes, and she just went on and on about the different colors and why she wore the different colors and when she wore the different colors. And it just, this rainbow, this beam of light came out of her. And I learned a lot about how you can coordinate your socks so differently in your life and have a lot of fun doing it. And I've actually adopted a couple of her things that I do on occasion. So raise other people up. And by being grateful for the things that you already have in life just opens the door to more new and wonderful experiences to come into your life. So be grateful for what you have around you, but I really get a pull that it's more about making sure that you are telling other people how special and wonderful they are by being present in your life, by being a part of your life. Even if it's, you're sitting there and you think of an old college friend you haven't talked to in 5, 10, 15, 30 years, try and find them and say, hey, I just want to let you know I was thinking about the great times in university or college or high school or grade school or whatever it was. And I was thinking about you and the fun times we had. And you just never know. They might be in a field that you actually want to parachute into, and they've got connections. You never know what's going to happen, for goodness sake. So don't close any doors. Look at opening doors today. And we've got Saturn there helping us, making the plan, making the strategy, keeping us grounded. So things are fair. When we benefit, the collective benefits. Connecting more with new people. And our animal is like build your wings. Build your wings. The butterfly comes out to build your wings. Oh, I went right by butterfly. Believe, joy, transformation, and confidence. You've got to jump off cliffs all the time and build your wings on the way down. So the more we exercise our courage, our strength, our fortitude, our focus, the more we strengthen those things in our lives, the better we become at them. They're like any other muscle that you could actually see and flex. Butterfly comes to you with the message that this is time for you to build your wings again and fly. Butterfly is aware that you've experienced a loss. It could be a death, a divorce, or you could just be feeling lonely and depleted. Butterfly believes you can once again find that joy and dance to the song within your soul. And it may feel awkward at first. With time, you will feel more and more confident. Transformation does not happen overnight, and many times develops when a negative situation has occurred. You might have found yourself grounded or afraid to fly, or maybe you stop believing altogether that you can fly. Now's the time to trust and have faith that this is the time for you to explore the world around you. It's time to love again, and it's time to see the magic that's around you and within you. Butterfly also tells you that hurt from your childhood is preventing you from spreading your wings and flying to the height that you need to be. So, get ready to pump those wings. Celebrate who you are, where you are, what you have around you, who you have around you. That is so vitally important today. And ask for the protection of the forward motion of the path that lays in wait for you. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.